Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
This is another one! It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
For the second straight day, let's crown a champion. Live from Lakewood High School, this is the 18U Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Should be a good battle today in our first matchup, the 2 versus 3. A very familiar matchup for those who tuned in last night in the 15U division. This time, the seeding, it is different. Release the higher seed coming in as the number 2, as the Ohio Mavericks come in now as the lower seed, wearing the number 3 spot in the bracket. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. A beautiful day once again for baseball. We've been lucky this weekend. The weather that was supposed to hit on Saturday really didn't come in. However, tomorrow not looking too nice as of right now. But we'll cross that bridge once we get there as we look to wrap up our first tournament weekend of the season. 2 teams looking for a big win today, and 2 teams yet again wearing their powder blue uniforms. The Mavericks, the key thing for them, only 9 players today. If they are to win, all 9 need to step up and be key contributors against a release team who is known for their depth. Time locally, 3:23 p.m. And before our first pitch, our starter will step off the mound and reestablish to get ready to go. And here we are again. 3:23 is your start time, and there is strike 1 from Ben Rovnak. The senior out of Archbishop Hoban High School gets the nod today in the semifinals after a heartbreaking defeat in the regional championships 3-2 at the hands of CVCA. And that win for CVCA is the reason why the Mavericks are without their star shortstop and Connor McGow. The 0-2 misses wide for ball 1. Rovnak, committed to Allegheny, has a top fastball speed of 89. Typically sits in the 89 or 85 to 86 range. However, as there is the swing and miss to get it going defensively. 1 up, 1 down. Vogelpool cutting at the low offering from Rovnak, who gets his first punch out of the day. And with 1 down, that'll bring us to Max Anzel's the shortstop. So 1 up, 1 down to get the game going here. Rovnak tries going outside and misses wide for ball 1. Max Anzel's wearing number 11 today, a senior out of Aurora High School, committed to play baseball at the next level at Gannon. Count out 1-1 after the swing and miss. Looking at the lineup, it goes Vogelpool, Anzel's, Locker, Clayfin, Coxon, Robinson, Dinnan, Santagata, and Ryans 1 through 9 for the Mavericks. Swing and a miss again from Anzel's, 1-2 the count. Rovnak looking for back-to-back punchies to get the semifinals going. Pitching is going to be everything for release as well. wanting to go as far as they can with their starter every single time. And with an outcome like this to begin, that'll help. It's 2 consecutive Ks for Rovnak. 2 up, 2 down to get the game going. And now here comes Danny Locker. Locker just finished up his senior season at Mayfield. However, only 1 and done at Mayfield as he spent the prior seasons at Lake Catholic, in the end earning a state title. Locker was a key contributor on that roster that ended up taking down Sandusky Perkins on Father's Day last year at Canal Park. The 1-0 runs in for a strike. This release team 3-0-1. We saw their 2 wins on Saturday, both in convincing fashion over Premier Santoro, and a team we'll see in a little bit, the Midwest Stars. For the Stars, lucky to be in this part of the bracket after nearly bowing out to Premier Santoro. The only reason they would have bowed out is because of the run differential, as in end, Santoro allowed 25 runs. They allowed 24. And they very nearly bowed out. And with it, those 11 runs that nearly put them out came at the hands of the team they'll play next in Ohio Elites. The 3-1 Locker gets a good piece of it, but foul. That'll be our first swing with contact today from the Mavericks. In the bottom of the inning for release, it is going to be Powers, Harrison, and Pesh 1 through 3. Rovnak's payoff pitch. It is low to the backstop for ball 4. And Danny Locker will be the first base runner of the game for the Mavericks. Getting runners on early is going to be key for the number 3 seed. Again, you have 9 guys to play with today. Not too much can be done with it. It's not like you have a rotation of guys that can come in if the game's not going well. If this 9 doesn't get the job done, they're done. In the 4 spot, it'll be Ethan Clafin, the right fielder, stepping in for his first hacks. And to begin, he'll take ball 1 high. The sun not too brutal from what we've heard on the field, but definitely could get a little warmer in the next hour and a half or so. The 1-0, a good rip over towards third and caught to end the inning. What a snag by Higgins, just laced right down the line into his glove. It is the hot corner for a reason at third, and that is why, after a walk, Rovnak able to get out of the inning with some help from his defense. Well, watch this one back on the replay. That ball was barreled up. That's what you want to do if you're the Mavericks. Get a good swing on it. In the end, directly to the defense, and there's nothing else you could do about that. To the bottom of the first inning we go. No score, as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Trey Powers looks to get the offense going for release today in the semifinals of the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships. As you are watching Travel Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, we saw Powers start game number 1 of this tournament on the mound. Then from there, took over the leadoff spot, and since then, he has been on fire for this release team. You go back to last summer in the month of July in 9 games, batted .588. He is a massive spark player for this team and looks to get them going early against CJ Santagata. And the former Gilmore Academy man will miss wide for ball one. Just finished up his senior campaign there and is off on his way to Marietta next season. With that in mind, he'll be joining forces with now former Lakewood first baseman and pitcher Nick Hart. Santagata's 2-0 is off the plate. For Powers, patience versus attack. Needs to find the balance. And there is the strike, so now 3-1 the count. Powers just trying to keep this one where he wants it, and if he has to take a ball, he will. And that time, it's going to be a late strike. I was about to say, could I taking that one? Of course, he wants to use all the power that he has in his swing, which easily could be extra bases. Instead, he has to fight for it with a payoff pitch here. And he will get to use his bat. A chopper over towards second, just sneaks through. The throw to one, not in time. He will beat it out. A bang-bang play down the line, but it'll be an infield single for Trey Powers to open up the bottom of the first. That ball just snuck by Santagata and got back to Denon. That was never going to be an easy play. Just kind of rolled over on the baseball. In the end, it's in play, and Trey Powers' speed comes up in the clutch. Watching back at first, yeah, just beats out the throw. Not by much, but still gets there in time. And Braden Harrison now gets it underway with a good swing but foul. So 0-1 the count on Harrison, the second baseman. We saw some good power out of him on Saturday morning. But the junior out of North Ridgeville looking to do a little bit more. Batted .300 this past season, and now Powers on the pass ball is going to take off for second and is easily there. So Release's first run is now in scoring position. Count out 1-1 on Harrison. And if we see a good swing straighten out just like the first one he had today, this could be 1-0 Release early on. Good take on the outside for ball two. Looking at the defense, or at least at the battery first, it is going to be Michael Coxon from Shaker Heights doing the catching for the Mavericks in this game. Harrison, ground ball over towards third. The look and throw is going to be high and to the wall behind. Powers, in the meantime, is able to take off for third. That'll be the game's first error, an E5 going against Locker. And that'll put him at the corners, still none away. And that'll bring in the DH, Campeche. A prime opportunity for Release to score first. And now time is called here as Coxon is going to go and have a word with his pitcher. And it looks like as well Anzels is going to join the party on the mound too. But some early issues here for the Mavericks trying to figure it out. You have the error, you have the infield single, which depending on how it's scored could go down as an error. It's two potential unearned runners on, none down. This group fighting. But all it takes is one good swing from Campeche and Release will be off to the races, as you would expect them to do in this tournament. Pesh patient to begin as he takes strike one. You look at yesterday, Release Edwards got the win in the 15U. Last year, Release Edwards won the 18U. Before that, Release Carinci won the 16U. Release consistently wins the Diamond League tournament year after year. This one is no different. What is different is if there wasn't a runner at third, that would have been an easy decision for Coxon to throw down, as it looked like he had Harrison leaning quite heavily towards second. Santagata's 1-1. Pesh underneath it, fouls it off. Has the right idea, just needs to get more barrel on the ball. Straighten one out, you're putting it in right center or potentially in straightaway center. And you're driving in Trey Powers from third. Count now 1-2 on the Olmsted Falls Bulldog. And Santagata will get the best of him there for out number one. First strikeout of the day for CJ. A good response after a rocky defensive start for the Mavs. Still in this inning, but now it'll turn over to arguably the best hitter in this tournament so far in Bobby Berglund, the catcher. He has been on fire. A bunch of RBIs on Saturday, including a 3 RBI single. But the Prepper's power, it is unmatched. That time, Santagata goes out wide and connects with the corner for strike one. If Release does meet OEB in the championship, it'll be a prepper versus, well, his head coach's organization. The 0-1 Berglund swings and misses as it is a little bit lower that time from Santagata. Really living in that bottom right quadrant. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to go back to it or decide to move elsewhere. Santagata's 0-2 goes high in that same spot but misses. I like he's keeping it in the same overall area. Pretty much kept it exactly where he wanted to on the right side. Just elevated it out of the zone, trying to get the same swing. Couldn't get it that time. But Santagata now knows what he wants to bring. And he brings it low in the zone for strike 3 looking. It's back-to-back strikeouts. 2 down now in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring us to Matt McKee, the right fielder. McKee ended up playing shortstop on Saturday a little bit in the wake of Cole Twardokis, who was not there for game number 1. But Twardokis is here today. In fact, he is in the hole right now and is the starting shortstop for Release in the semifinal. Still runners at first and third, 2 down at the top, or the bottom of the first. Santagata's 1-0. McKee will foul it off. Up next after this, it is going to be Ohio Elite taking on the Midwest Stars. That'll be your 1-4 semifinal matchup. Count even 1-1 on the right fielder, McKee. Santagata sets and delivers as McKee will wave and miss. Pretty much all of Santagata's success has come on the right side of the strike zone. Getting a lot of whiffs, some chasing, some just not connecting. But a chance for the Mavericks to get out of the inning. Instead, that ball is going to get away. They will have a chance to score here, and Release will do just that. Powers takes home, and it is Release on the board. First, 1-0 your score. An excellent job reading the down angle. So now 1-0 your score, and that'll put another runner over at second with a 2-2 count now. Santagata sets and fires. McKee rips it over towards left field and through. Harrison will take the turn. He is coming home. The play at the plate is not in time, but the throw to 2, it is going to be there. The run, though, will count. It's an RBI single for Matt McKee, and that'll make it 2-0 going into the second. Excellent execution from Matt McKee, driving that one into left field. And, of course, the pass ball, a big reason why an extra run does come to pass in the end. Santagata does, though, do well to limit the damage in the first inning, but still it is Release up 2-0 as we enter the second inning here at Lakewood. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Timely hitting and timely running tells the story so far. Top of the second inning, 2-0 Release on top as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. For the Mavericks, it'll be Cox and Robinson and didn't do up in the seconds. But for the Mavericks, they did a nice job getting out of the first inning. Had a defensive scare early, 2 runners on, then 2 consecutive strikeouts from Santagata. Pass ball brings in Powers. RBI single brings in Harrison via McKee. And then McKee gunned down going for second on the same play. And that brings us to this point in the top of the second inning. A nice breeze blowing in here at Lakewood High School. Definitely a nice day for a baseball game. The 2-1, a good drive into right field, but it is going to be easily tracked down and caught for out number 1 by Matt McKee. Just a line drive directly to him. It's one of those tough ones as a batter. It's good contact going where you want it to go down that right field line. If that ball gets down, it's extra bases pretty much guaranteed. But in the end, McKee able to easily track that one down and make the play. And it is quickly an 0-1 count on Casey Robinson. As of Wednesday in the OHSAA tournament here in Lakewood, he is enemy number 1 after throwing 115 pitches in the win. But this time around, he will ground out to second for out number 2. Just incredible to see how well he did against the Rangers in the OHSAA tournament and how well Shaker did as a team this year, ending 19-12, bowing out in the regional final to Walsh Jesuit. It was a great outcome for them this season after a 7-21 season, a campaign ago. But right now, Ben Rovnick, he is telling the story for release. 2 up, 2 down, and again finds a first pitch strike on J.D. Dinnan. Now quickly 0-2 on Dinnan. This past season for Mayfield, batted $143 with 8 RBIs and 2 stolen bases. And once the fall hits, he will be heading off to Tiffin to go and play baseball. Here's the 0-2, and it is going to be fouled back. But for Ben Robnick, he has a lot of good pitches in his arsenal. 85-86 on the fastball, again topping at 89. 72-74 on the slider, 74-75 on the change. A lot of really good options. Again, the 0-2, he will spin it in, but misses high. Count now 1-2. After getting in the 7 spot, it'll go to the 8 and CJ Santagata. But we will have to wait until next inning. It is strike 3 looking to retire the side. Rovnick, a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second. To the bottom of the frame we go. 2-0 release your score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Leo D'Angelo leads it off for release in the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 your score. Release in a good spot early on in this one. For the Mavericks, once again, only 9 guys here today, but a mighty 9. If you'd give me 9 baseball players for the high school season and you'd look at this group, it would compete quite well. Again, a lot of East Side schools represented, just like the 15U team that we saw yesterday. But right now, this is Release's day, and we saw it yesterday too with Release Edwards. And as he said in his interview, which will be posted later on today, Release, it's just a bunch of guys who love to play baseball. And D'Angelo, a guy who wants to put this ball into left field, but he will be denied by the shortstop. Not an easy grab to make there for Anzel's, coming in from short, but he still brings it in for out number 1. Nice ranging effort. D'Angelo, he got a lot of good pop on that swing. The only issue was he skied it. And now that'll bring us to Cole Twardokis, the shortstop. Twardokis takes strike one. A really solid campaign for Hawken this past campaign. 342 average, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, and 30 RBIs. And he had 2 on Saturday in game number 2, the win over the Midwest Stars. His 2 RBIs ended up being enough cushion as the score was 7-4 after it, and that was, in the end, the final. And there is strike 3 looking on Twardokis. So it's 2 up, 2 down, and Santagata will get his 3rd K of the day. From really no strikeouts yesterday, except for a few guys, to both guys having 3 so far in the 2nd inning. Really a drastic difference as here comes Mason Saravac, the first baseman. Had a solid campaign for Olmsted Falls, but of course, if you talk Mason Saravac, you have to talk Olmsted Falls football. A standout for them, a 3-sport athlete for the Bulldogs. On top of that, of course, baseball and basketball. One of the best players on the roster, if not the best, for all 3 of those teams. The 0-1, Saravac takes it the other way into left field, and it is going to drop foul. So an 0-2 count here on the Bulldog. If the inning goes beyond Saravac, we would see Luke Higgins, the 3rd baseman, step in. A nice web gem over at 3rd already today. That one ending the top of the 1st. Santagata gets ready for his 0-2. And it is going to go off the plate for ball 1. Count now 1-2 as Santagata gets back to work and delivers. It's right up the middle from Saravac and through into center field for a 2-out single. An excellent piece of hitting there from Saravac, puts it right where it needs to. And once again, just like we saw on Saturday, a good 2-strike approach from release. You don't need to reinvent the wheel with 2 strikes. The anticipation is you are not going to get on base. Just put it somewhere they can't get it, and Saravac does just that, giving release their 3rd hit of the day. And now that will take us to Luke Higgins. Swing and a miss to get it going. Higgins wearing number 27, a junior out of Berea Mid-Park High School, standing at 6'3", 205 pounds. Not a bad season for him, batting .255 with 8 RBIs, a double, and a stolen base for the Berea Mid-Park Titans. The 0-1 off the plate. Of course, Berea's season did not go the way they wanted to, 6-17-1, but they did compete with Perrysburg in their final game of the campaign. A Perrysburg who is fighting for a state championship this weekend in Akron. Could also be partially Canton, too, as they have the Final Four there now. You know, the 1-2 on Higgins. Santagata looking to find his way out of the 2nd. Higgins again a good swing, but foul off towards the football field. And I believe that'll be the first one that lands inside that stadium today. Just a beautiful complex here at Lakewood. We do have the tennis courts behind us. Off to our right, the stadium. Across the way, out of the construction, you have the beautiful softball diamond as well. And the only reason I know where it is now is because I had to drive by it trying to take a detour to get here. The more you know. Again, the 1-2. There's the swing and miss. And Santagata gets out of the inning. No damage done by the offense. Now with 4 strikeouts on the day, a really good start for him. And this motley crew of Mavericks look to keep it close as we enter the 3rd. 2-0 your score, release on top in the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament semifinals.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Two innings down in this semifinal matchup at Lakewood. 2-0 your score. Release on, stopping a first pitch strike there from Ben Rovnak. The pitching has been quite good today for both teams. 4 punchies for CJ Santagata, 3 for Rovnak so far, but he is well on his way to getting his 4th as he connects for the second consecutive pitch on the inner portion of the plate. 0-2 count here on Santagata, and he will take that one wide for ball 1. Santagata, Ryans, and Vogelpool, 8, 9, and 1 due up. Now Rovnak's 1-2. Santagata, a good rip over towards third. Higgins' throw to 1 is on the money. A nice stretch as well by Sarevak over at first. Confirms the out. 1 down. Releases defense playing as stellar as you would expect. When you talk about this organization, and it's a group that you could say their defense is so impressive it wins them games. But at the same time, their offense is so good, they just can't lose. That is a deadly combination. Again, going back to what Coach Edwards says, he leans on the defense more than the offense. Both very talented for his team, of course, last night, playing 11 and 4 innings against the Mavericks in the championship. But you can't rely on the offense as much as you can on the defense sometimes. A lot of it is luck on where the ball drops. Defense, if you just go out there and take care of business, it's simple. You just need your offense to get lucky once or twice, and you are going to win baseball games. The 1-1 taken the other way, over towards left field and through. This one does get down for the Mavericks, and they are grateful it does. One of the first swings that has been rewarded today for them, and it's Keenan Ryans getting it done. That'll be their first hit of the day, second base runner, and we will go back to the top with Caden Vogelpool, the center fielder. Ryan's coming off a really good season for NDCL. He hit .246 with 8 RBIs and 1 double. Of course, that NDCL team competing with some really strong groups, including Kenston, who they knocked out of the playoffs. A Kenston team who 2 or 3 years ago won a state title. This one a high pop-up in a foul territory, and the dive is not in time from Sarevak. However, if this was Tennyson, that was a 1-hop, it would count. Foul territory looks a lot bigger than it is here at Lakewood. That fence just kind of winds its way in. If it hits the net, it's foul. No matter if it's perfectly in line, it just skims it a little bit. You can't play it off the wall/net. Rovnak's 1-1, a nice block behind the plate by Bobby Berglund. Once Player of the Week stuff comes out for this upcoming week, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bobby Berglund's face plastered on a few graphics. He has been great so far for this Release group. And again, it'll be a weird thing if Release ends up playing Ohio Elite as, again, Coach Rob, the head coach over at US, has to go and see his catcher play against him. But a 2-2 count in the meantime on Vogelpool, and he will ground this one over towards short. A tough play to make at second. They will get it done, though. An excellent hustle play by Cole Twardokis for out number 2. That ball was destined to be a seeing eye single, but the Hawk and Hawk able to go in the hole and take it right out. The range that he has over there is quite impressive. Just watching it back, I thought that ball was easily going to get through the infield. And realistically, it probably should have. But a nice flick over to his second baseman, Harrison. It gets the job done. And opposed to 1 down, 2 on, it is 2 down, only 1 down, or 1 on, excuse me, as Max Anzels, the shortstop, steps back in. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Runner goes 0-1 is low, throw down to second. It is going to be in center field. So just a bit too high there from Bobby Berglund. Had the right idea, just didn't execute. So Vogelpool now in scoring position here in the top of the third inning. And a quick game so far, might I add. Rovnak back to work for the 1-1. And he gets back to his strike ways. Now 1-2 on the shortstop with Danny Locker in the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rovnak looking for his 4th strikeouts. And it's tipped. This, though, has been the defense's inning for release. Ground out and fielder's choice getting it done. All on the left side. Higgins at third and Twardokis at short. We'll try it again. The 1-2. Sharp grounder over towards Higgins again at third. His throw to 1. It is going to get past Saravac at first, and that could bring in a run. The play at the plate is not in time. Anzels will continue to run, and he will stop at second. That'll make it 2-1 release, but the Mavericks get on the board in the top of the third. It's chaos on the bases. An uncanny miscue from the release defense. But good hustle there by Vogelpool to get all the way around and score. And Berglund did well to even knock that one down as this ball will be flown off towards the left side and foul. It's Danny Locker stepping in for the second time today. He walked his first time up. Again, he knows what it takes to win in these really tough situations, winning a state title with Lake Catholic in 2025. And even to win that state title, they were trailing the majority of the game against Perkins. Ended up taking one away in the end. And that one ended up being enough to put Lake Catholic back on the map. Of course, our football team made the Final Four during the COVID season years ago. Hockey now coming back to Lake Catholic. Their athletics really finding a boom. And if they can get back to their winning ways in basketball as well, going back to the Boudreaux Rini days as all 3 are now graduated, they'll find some success very soon. Of course, you can talk about that and mention Holy Name minus the state title in baseball. Just 2 groups trying to get back to their best after a really good start to the decade. The 0-1, Locker flies that one well foul. And speaking of Holy Name basketball, their court is being redone as we speak right now. It's about time. That court, at least 10 years old, they're getting it resurfaced and refinished, so hopefully it'll be looking nice for November and December. Rovnak back to work with the 0-2 as he misses off the plates. But for the Mavericks, having the tying run in scoring position right now isn't too shabby given how the day started. It felt like this one was going to be released, just simply teasing them, so to speak, and then eventually blowing it open. The 1-2, swing and a miss. It'll be a drop. 3rd strike. The throwdown has to be there, and it is the Saravac at first. We will head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Mavericks get their first run of the day on some good base running via a miscue from release. 2-1 your score in Lakewood.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The Mavericks are fighting back, plating one in the top of the third inning. And to the bottom of the frame we go. 2-1 your score. The winner of this game will take on the winner of the 1-4 matchup that is to follow, featuring Ohio Elite and the Midwest Stars. Santagata's first pitch of the inning is in for strike one. Release this inning goes back to the top of the order. Powers, Harrison, and Pesh, 1, 2, 3. The 0-1, similar spot, but a lot lower. Looking at the whole defense today for the Mavericks, it is Santagata on the mound, Coxon behind the plate. Robinson is at first, Dinnan at second, and Zell's at short with Locker at third. Going to the outfield, it is Keenan Ryans in left, Vogelpaul out in center, and Clayton in right to round out the defensive set for the Mavericks. Santagata's 1-2. Powers thought about it, but does the right thing and leaves it. Two takes from Powers on this at-bat, both in the same spot. Higher set this time. Higher spot. Further out. We're full. Trey Powers, plenty of speed on the bases, but a good bat on his shoulders as well. The 3-2 from Santagata. He will lose him wide for ball four, and Powers will reach yet again. So the leadoff man will reach for release the second time it has happened today. And both times it has been Trey Powers. In fact, the only leadoff hitter for either team today to reach safely has been Trey Powers. And we are in the bottom of the third inning. Really says a lot about his approach at the plate when he is at the top. And here is Braden Harrison, a fly ball sent into left center field. And it is going to be caught in center by Vogelpool for out number one. Nice job tracking that one down in center. With one away, that'll bring us to Cam Pesh. Pesh so far 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Santagata will miss again low for ball one. Both pitchers currently sitting at 4 strikeouts on the day. 3 swinging, 1 looking so far for Rovnak. As for Santagata, it is even. 2 swinging and 2 looking. I think Release, though, would be happier to know if all 4, if they had to have 4, were swinging, not looking. The 2-0 goes for the outer edge and connects. Cam Pesh this past season for Olmsted Falls batted .362 with 13 RBIs. On top of that, made 1 appearance on the mound through 5 innings, allowed 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. Santagata again looking back to 1. With a guy as good as Trey Powers over there, you have to keep close tabs on him. You give him too much time to think he is going to run, and he is going to probably come around. The 2-1 Pesh takes it into right field, and it is going to be caught. A nice job by Clayton getting there for out number 2. Again, that's not an easy play, and if that ball gets down, odds are it is extra bases for Cam Pesh. That right corner is a dead spot. It always has been, especially with the way, again, that fence kind of winds down the line. But 2 down instead of 1, and here will come Bobby Berglund. Good take from Berglund, missing wide is Santagata. Odds are he will have to try to go the distance today, especially given they only have around 3 pitchers available for 2 games. The 1-0, there for a strike. You'd think if you can keep this one competitive, even if it doesn't go your way, you let him try to work out of it, and you let him try to be the man for 7 innings. Runner goes, pitches high on the 1-1, throw down to second, bobbled and not in time. Definitely close. If he would have gloved it cleaner, I think he would have had him. But didn't, just couldn't get it cleanly. And for Trey Powers, that'll be his first stolen base of the game. Here's the 2-1. He will go again. Berglund takes it into left field and through. Powers will try to score from second. The play at the plate is not in time. It'll be an RBI single for Release, and that'll make it 3-1. Yet again, it is Bobby Berglund coming up with a big hit for Release. He has had so many RBI knocks this weekend. He has really made the adjustment quite well to this new release group. Again, the hit and run, it's so dangerous when it's executed perfectly, and there is not an exception to that rule. And now McKee, a good swing, but foul. But for Bobby Berglund, he knew what he had to do, put barrel to ball, and it just so happened to work out perfectly. As I mentioned, you had to keep close tabs on Powers. Got a really good jump from second base, which is a big reason why he ended up scoring from second on that single to left field. The 0-1, McKee will take high and wide. Just missing both corners. Or rather more, where they intersect. Santagata's 1-1, McKee, good take. And on the appeal, they say he didn't go. Not really a close one, but you have the appeals. It's not like a challenge where you have X amount per game. If you think it's close, you appeal that time. It doesn't go in favor of the Mavericks. The 2-1, McKee takes it right down Broadway. Counts it at 2-2 on the right fielder with Leo D'Angelo, the left fielder in the on-deck circle. Release looking to get some more advantage, but they're not going to get it here. Swing and a miss from McKee, and the side is retired. 5th K of the day for Santagata, and that'll take us to the 4th inning. Release able to get one back on the board, making it 3-1 as we enter the 4th.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The Mavericks were able to get their first run of the game in the top of the 3rd inning, but are looking for more in the top of the 4th. Welcome back to Lakewood High School. 3-1 your score as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel at Lakewood High School. As always, a big shout out to Coach Graves and Lakewood for allowing us to use their box, as this one is going to be skied off towards the left side, and it is going to get lost in the sun somewhere. So an 0-1 count, or rather a 1-1 count here to get it going for Clayfin, as he will be followed by Coxon and Robinson. Heart of the order 4 through 6 due up. The 1-1 Clayfin swings and misses. So far 4 strikeouts today for Ben Rovnek. 3 swinging, 1 looking. Goes for his 5th here, and just narrowly misses it. That pitch has been semi-called a strike today, just too far in. I think he moves it over a half centimeter to the right from our vantage point, and he would have got him. And instead, Clayfin a tank deep to left field, but again, it is foul. And I think that one landed somewhere that is unattainable for now. It looks like it maybe hit the top of that cage. Now time is called before the 2-2. And I believe Coach English just showed up as well. Just got here in the nick of time. The 2-2, Clayfin rolls over this one, but nearly sneaks it down the line. Didn't have the most power behind it. If he could have bounced that one over the base or made it just a little bit further towards the third baseman, but not in an attainable spot, he's in business. Again, the Mavericks have not had their leadoff man reach successfully today in 3 innings. They want to change that in the 4th. And still a chance. We are full. A big spot here for Ethan Clayfin. A lot of good hacks in this at-bat, but how will it end? It'll end with strike 3 looking. Ravnak will get his 5th of the day. It's 1 up, 1 down. And yet again, the Mavericks are unable to get their leadoff man to reach. That has been the story for their offense, getting it done late. Only once. They have 1 hit from Keenan Ryans and 1 other base runner via the walk. Actually, 2 more. One was a free pass to Max, and Zell's on the error. So 3 base runners today, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 walk. They need to get more hits on the board. This could help, but it'll just be chopped foul down the left field line. And I do think it speaks volumes about Ohio Elite as the 1 seed who will be playing next. They have been here since around inning number 1 and are already swinging in the cages. They have the mentality and they are ready to go. The 1-1, that's the one that will hit inside. I like that Ravnak wasn't afraid to go back there after missing the last one he threw in that similar region. And now he goes for the punch-outs. But we'll have to wait a good survival cut from Coxon. Coxon, the junior catcher over at Shaker Heights High School. A lot of those Shaker Heights Raiders on this roster, including the man in the on-deck circle and Casey Robinson. Again, the 1-2. Coxon again fouls it off. Another good battle here. The Mavericks offense making Ravnak work for everything he gets. I'm sure Release wants to see him go the distance if possible. If not, they want to have somebody ready to go who can work quickly and make it where they don't really burn through too many arms before a championship game later. Again, the 1-2. Coxon takes it into right field towards McKee, and he is going to make the grab for out number 2. Again, just a good swing going directly to the defense. That is the best way to describe what the Mavericks have done so far today. They have the right ideas. They're putting a good product on display. It's just the defense who's doing that much more. Robinson checks through it and goes for strike 1. Casey so far today 0 for 1, grounding out to Harrison at second. And Ravnak just misses low. Even his misses are semi-close. He has been competitive with pretty much everything today. That time tries running it inside on the lefty, but misses too close. Count sits at 2-1 on Robinson with Dinnan in the on-deck circle. And now 3-1. Ravnak needs to dial it back up here. It'll be interesting to see where he opts to go with this one. Goes to the heart of the plate, and it is taken into left field and down for a 2-out base knock. Again, it's the 2-out, 2-strike approach coming up big for a team this weekend. We've talked a lot about it with Release, but not as much with these Mavericks. But Casey takes it the other way now, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. That's an Oppo Taco if I've seen one. In the meantime, there's ball one, but there's the swing, and there's the ball dropping in left. The Mavs will definitely take that one, as in the batter's box now, and Denon stands the tying run. Just like the last time, they're getting it done with 2 down. So 2-0 counts on the second baseman with Santagata in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss from Denon, and missing on one inside. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 4th inning. For release, it is going to be D'Angelo, Twardokis, and Serovic. 6 through 8 due up. But right now, the Mavericks doing a great job drawing out this inning. Seeing what they can get done. All it takes is one good swing and a good spot, and they can get another run on the board. There is ball 4. It's to the backstop. The question is, does Robinson stop at 2? The answer is yes, he will stay put there. There was a chance he could have taken off and tried to get an extra base on top of it. But no need to risk it right now. Back-to-back runners reach. You went from having 3 total runners in 3 innings to now 2 and 1. And it's CJ Santagata's turn to try and bring in at least 1. You're down by 2. You have the tying run at first. This is where you need to capitalize. Santagata, though, nearly wearing one. Rovnak starting to get a little out of control on the rubber. I would say if this is a ball, you go out and talk to him. Instead, he finds the zone again. Best case scenario, he figures it out himself and doesn't need a talking to. Worst case, you go out there and settle him down and hope he can get you out of this jam. The 1-1, Santagata over towards short. Twardokis gloves it, throw to third on the money. Again, it's Release's defense coming up with a big play to end the inning. Cole Twardokis, 2 ranging efforts at short today. He has definitely earned his keep on the left side of the infield. Just to watch that one back, I would love to see a heat map of where he has been on balls hit to him. It would extend so far both ways. Just like the last one, looked destined to be a seeing eye single, but in the end, able to keep it in the infield and flip it over to Higgins at third. At the halfway point, 3-1 your score. Release on top of the Mavs in Lakewood.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Lakewood High School. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1 still your score. 2 runners on, but the Mavericks couldn't bring anybody in. CJ Santagata will get back to work as D'Angelo puts it down the line, but just foul. Another big swing from Release and nearly a leadoff, I would say double. That ball got down the line in a hurry. Going back to Clayton in the leadoff spot back a few minutes ago. That's what he wanted to do on the one he rolled over on. If you hit the ball that hard down the line, it's going to get stuck there. And this is what I mean about playing here at Lakewood. That ball is in the corner. This is the extended view to try and get it home. It's just simply not happening quick enough. Even to second, your relay would take at least one cut. At this level, it would take one. I think if this was a 15U, you can potentially argue a lower level team, that's a double cut. That's why those corners are so deadly. The 0-1, he straightens it out this time, and it is going to get down in left field. This is going to be extra bases for Leo D'Angelo. He will touch second and stop there with the leadoff double in the end. Figures it out the second time around. Releases offense back in business in inning number 4. As a coach, you just have to sit back and smile. You wanted him to figure it out on his own, and he did just that. What a swing from Leo D'Angelo. Packed plenty of power on that swing. And that'll bring us to Cole Twardokis. Cole taking strike one there. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking, but defensively has been a big standout player for Release. The 0-1 in the dirt. And as OEB is warming up, I do appreciate they didn't wear powder blue because we would have 3 or 4 teams wearing powder blue today if they did. This is enough. The 1-1 now down the right field line, but foul. And off the pole. Again, it is a very interesting field just looking down the line. You have all the poles and, of course, the big one right here, right next to the flag behind it and everything. Great ballpark, but a lot of good intricacies too. This was one of my favorite to play at, even before they had this new turf, just because of how unique it was. The 1-2 up the middle, popped into center field and down. D'Angelo, he will stop at third after a great throw home, and that'll put 2 on for Mason Saravac. Cole Twardokis now 1 for 2 on the day, just like D'Angelo at third. Release's offense is starting to cook something up here in the 4th. There's always that one inning with this Release team, the one that shows why they win. This has the makings of it right here. Now the question is, how aggressive do you get as a defense if they send the runner? What kind of play do you put on? Because I think he is going to go. This time he won't, and Saravac will foul it back for strike 1. Mason Saravac 1 for 1 today with a base knock. Did a nice job with 2 strikes, putting it up the middle and into center field. Going back to that 2-strike approach, this Release team, one of the best in the area in that department. Santagata's 0-1. Saravac takes it low, and we are even. Count 1-1. After Saravac, it goes to Higgins. CJ takes his time and delivers. And it will find the outer edge for strike 2. This Release team, they have done it at the top of the order and now starting to do it at the bottom. Not a top-heavy order today. Throwback to 1 nearly gets away from Robinson. I get the throwback at Twardokis, but with a runner at third, and we've already seen a couple of balls go haywire, maybe now is not the time to risk it. The 1-2, Saravac, again a good 1-2 approach, and he will score a run for his troubles, but he is going to be out over at first. Put it in a difficult spot. It's a ground out, but an RBI ground out bringing in D'Angelo, and that will make it 4-1. That approach, it has been impressive today. And on top of that, you keep a runner in scoring position in Cole Twardokis. So Higgins, over 1, steps back in for his second chance, as that'll wrap up the second go-around for Release today. Release as an organization looking to make it 2 for 2 on this field in tournament wins this weekend. The 1-0 pops up over towards first, and it's well out of play. Still the right idea there from Robinson and company to make sure that one officially does go out. Count now 1-1. In the 5th inning for the Mavericks, it is going to be Ryan's, Vogelpool, and Anzel's 9-1 and 2 due up. Santagata back to work, connects on the inner portion. So 1-2 count on Luke Higgins. Bottom 4, 1 on, 1 down. Santagata's 1-2. Higgins chops it foul over towards Release's dugout. A lot of good contact swings, and again, it's a 2-strike approach. With Trey Powers at the top of the order, you want to keep it where it is. Or in this case, put 2 on, 1 down for arguably your best hitter positionally. Or orderly to go with a more technical term. Again, the 1-2. It is low. But a nice stop behind the plate by Coxon. One of the younger players playing in 18U as a junior. Now a rising senior in high school. Santagata's 2-2. Just misses, but not a bad spot going for the bottom corner. 3-2 on Luke Higgins, the third baseman. Release up by 3, looking to increase their lead again. Already scoring 1 this inning. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. It'll be a drop third, but a quick tag from Coxon gets out number 2. Strikeout number 6 today for CJ Santagata. And we will turn back to Powers at the top of the order. So far today, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. On top of that, Powers has a stolen base. Powers, a good swing to get it going, but foul. Cole Tordoka stands over at second base. We could see him get aggressive and go depending on the coverage via the defense. If he's given enough to break, he might. Won't this time before the 0-1. And that'll even things up as it misses in the dirt. Make sure you stick with us after this game for game number 2 of the day, as it is going to be the Midwest Stars taking on Ohio Elites. Santagata's 1-1, skips in. Time locally 4:27 p.m. We started officially on the clock at 3:21. So we have until 5:21 to begin a new inning. The 2-1 wide for ball 3. After Powers, it'll turn over to Braden Harrison. Four to 1, the Mavs trying to keep this game in check. Santagata gets back in, it connects on the 3-1, and we are full. Trey Powers, one of the best summers in Release's organization last year, trying to do it again in 2026. Santagata's payoff pitch. Powers underneath it will fly it into left field, and it is going to get out of here. Foul in the end, so we will once again see the 3-2 pitch. I think Powers is happy with the kind of contact he brought to it, but not the location. Definitely has the ability to straighten one out. And it looks like we might see a search party for the ball. Payoff pitch wide for ball 4. That'll be the second walk today for Trey Powers. That'll put a pair on once again for Braden Harrison. Harrison has reached on an error and has flown out to center field in 2 plate appearances so far today. Release, if they do make it to the championship game, will be able to play in some cooler conditions later on today, as we are probably at the peak of the heat for today. Harrison able to take strike 1 wide and now has to reassess the approach. Release needs to get 1 more on the board. Just given how they've played today, you feel like they would have more than they do. The 0-1 wide. But you have to be smart about it at the same time. You can't get overzealous and chase any given pitch. If it's good, take it the other way or rope it down the right field line. The 1-1 again on the outer portion of the plates. On both ends of them, Harrison a little closer to the plate, expect an outside pitch. If I'm Santagata, I'm bringing it in. Here's the 1-2, pitches it well outside. I don't hate the idea, but a big reason why he was getting the strikes They're taken because of how close they are to being off the plate. I would try that again here now. The 2-2. Instead, he goes inside this time. I would have flipped those pitches. Go inside first, see if you can hit it or get him to chase, and then go back outside to see if he can go and do exactly what he didn't do before and swing. But here's the payoff pitch. It's a swing and miss, and Santagata will get out of the inning. 7th strikeout of the game for CJ Santagata, and only 1 run will score this inning for release. We will head to the 5th inning at Lakewood High School. 4-1 release in the driver's seat to advance to the championship game.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The Mavericks are running out of time to find their stride as we enter the top of the 5th inning. 4-1 release, continuing to pull away in this one. 2-1 the score after the 3rd inning at the top. After the 3rd inning completes. 3-1, and then one more run tacked on in the bottom of the 4th inning by release puts us at 4-1. A 3-run lead, though, very convincing for this release team. We saw what the Midwest Stars could do against them, but in the end, release still just overpowering. The 0-2, swing and a miss, 1 up, 1 down. If this is going to be the last inning that we see Rovnak, he is going to exit this game with one of his best outings of 2026. So far, 4 1/3 innings work has allowed only the 1 run on what is 1 hit. This one chopped over towards second base. Harrison's throw to 1 is true for out number 2. Actually, no, they're going to call him safe. They're going to say he beat it out in the end for an infield single. We'll watch this one back to see exactly what happened, as it looked like the throw was more than in time. Maybe something went wrong and he stepped off the bag. That is going to be my best guess. I guess he just beat it out in the end. It was a close one with the right call, and the runner will go, and he will go right back. 0-1 the count to begin it for Max Anzels. But yet again, one of the bigger, less known Achilles heels for this Mavericks team. 5 innings they have hit so far. 0 times they have had their leadoff man reach. They are just getting it started too late in the inning. Hit number 3 for the Mavericks. The 0-1, take it for strike 2. But 3 hits to 6 strikeouts. Only 1 walk surrendered. Really a good outing for Ben Rovnak. he is probably, right now, just based on the score, is going to be the reason why this release team is going to the championship. Of course, Ohio Elite is going to be a tough test. This group, I believe, more well put together than last year's 18U, at least for this tournament, because, of course, most of those kids were missing for the final day due to banquets. You look at that team, some of the 16U players now, so 15U at the time had to fill in an 18U division semifinal as the 1 seed. It is just the way it ended up going in the end. But this year, everybody is here. Ground ball over towards short. Twardokis keeps this one in the infield too, but can't do anything with it. Still impressive yet again that he got over to that one. But it'll be another infield base knock for the Mavs, putting 2 on for Danny Locker. The scrappiness, it is telling for the Mavericks. They are not quitting. They just need a couple of bounces to go their way, whether it be offensively here or defensively, to avoid another inning of release scoring. Lead runner goes, throw down to third. It looks good, and the tag is going to just be a hair late. So the double steal will work out quite nice. There'll be a 1-0 count on Locker as he has a chance to bring the Mavs back within 1. Rovnak's 1-0, Locker, a good drive into right field, rather left field, and it will be caught for out number 2. Lead runner tags up, and he will score. So it'll be a sac fly for Danny Locker. Excellent hustle there by Vogelpool to come around and score, as that'll make it 4-2. So a little bit closer. They're scrapping across the runs. Run number 3 still in scoring position, and time will be called here by release. It could be the call to the bullpen. They have had somebody warming up there for quite a long time now. It just depends what Vince Dolcimaccio wants to do. Again, a really good pitcher for Baldwin Wallace for 2 seasons. Now a grad assistant. You look at what he did for BW. 162 innings of work, 79 runs allowed, 68 of which were earned. 33 walks, 123 strikeouts, and a 3.78 ERA. 16-3 record, not too shabby in 23 appearances across 2 seasons. But indeed, this will be the end of the road for Ben Rovnak in this semifinal. The call to the bullpen has been made, and when we return, we will have a new arm on the mound for release.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Jack Collins has been summoned from the bullpen for release in the top of the 5th inning. Already one run has scored for the Mavericks as they will turn to Ethan Clayfin again. Clayfin does represent the tying run as Collins' first pitch will miss high for ball one. But Collins, a monstrous 6'7", 225 pounds. By far the tallest player on this release roster. And probably in the tournaments. The 1-0 Clayfin will take for ball two. This past season, he threw 22 innings for St. John's, a 4.01 ERA across 5 appearances. 15 walks to 21 strikeouts, so not a bad spread in that department. That is a positive in the strikeout department. The 2-0 hits in the end for strike one. I think the second one was a lot more convincing than that one. Maybe flip them. But still competitive from Collins, starting to try to figure out this zone. He will take a big pause here before his 2-1 delivery. And it is clearly wide. In the on-deck circle, it'll turn to Michael Coxon, the catcher, and he would represent the go-ahead run for the Mavericks. But the championship game is starting to take an intriguing turn in the fifth. Collins is 3-1, left high for ball four. How about this? Out of nowhere, 2 runners on, 2 down, including the tying run at first for the Mavs. Just given how this game started and given how dominant Release was looking, impressive to see just the way they have fought back in this game. It's Coxon's turn with Robinson in the on-deck circle. If you can get to Robinson, you have a great chance to do your thing. But the first pitch to Coxon is there for strike one. I'm sure Coach English, he knows these guys quite well as they are his players from Shaker Heights. I think he'd probably just tell them, look what we did in the tournament. Do it in this tournament too. Collins is 0-1. Coxon will put it in right center field, and it is going to hit off the wall. Michael Coxon delivers for the Mavericks. It'll be an RBI single off the wall, and all of a sudden it is 4-3. The Shaker Magic is bleeding over into the summer. What a year for Shaker Heights and their baseball players. Seeing where this one hit off the fence, if it was a short fence, I think that ball would have been gone. It was definitely close, but now runners at the corners for Casey Robinson. Collins misses off the plate for a ball one, but what a twist. The Ohio Mavericks knocking on the door now, 90 feet away from tying up this semifinal. Struggled early on, only scoring a run in the third, and now 2 more here in the fifth. Again, only 9 players here today. This group is battling like they have a whole roster behind them. Count now 1-1 on the lefty Robinson. Collins will deliver. Robinson takes it for strike two. This could be the Mavericks' best chance to tie up this game. Clayfin 90 feet away. Robinson looking to deliver. The 1-2 from Collins. It is going to get to the backstop. Clayfin thought about it but stays put. So 2 runners are now in scoring position. It was a tough call. You don't want to make the last out of the inning at the plate. But once again, as I just said, this could be your best chance to do it. You might have to take that risk. Count out 2-2. Collins sets and fires. Robinson takes it high for ball 3, and we are full. After Robinson, it goes to J.D. Dinnan, the second baseman. What a spot right now for the Mavericks. And what pressure for Release. Collins' payoff pitch. Robinson over towards Twardokis. His throw to one. It is on the money. And yet again, it is Cole Twardokis stepping up for Release. His putouts have been impressive, but this one the most important as it'll keep Release in the driver's seat. Middle of 5 at Lakewood. The Mavs take 2 runs back, making it a 4-3 ball game entering the bottom of the 5th.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The Mavericks offense have found their rhythm. The defense, though, needing to step up again in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-3 your score as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. CJ Santagata is ready to go, and his first pitch will miss inside for ball 1 to Cam Pesh. It is going to be Pesh, Berglund, and McKee. 3, 4, and 5 this inning due up. The 1-0, Pesh well underneath it and well foul. Count now 1-1. Once this game is done, make sure you stick with us for our Player of the Game presentation brought to you by CrossFit Strongsville. A lot of good candidates on both rosters today. Santagata is 1-1. Goes far corner and misses off the plate. And again, at around 5:45 p.m., we will have game number 2 of the semifinals between the Midwest Stars and OEB. The 2-1 Pesh, a shot to left, and again, well foul. If he can straighten one out, it is going to be a moonshot deep into the parking lot. But right now, it sits at 2-2. As well, score update in the 5th inning at Hudson. 12-4 release on top in the top of the 5th. The 2-2 in the dirt, and we are full. No 14U team in the tournament, but if 16U goes Garcia's way and this 18U goes in favor of Dulcimaccio, it will be a release sweep in the upper divisions. The payoff pitch off the plate for ball 4, and Pesh will take his base. So the leadoff man again aboard for release, which has been their big advantage over the Mavericks today. The Mavericks 0 for 5 and getting their leadoff man on. So now in the 4th spot, here comes Bobby Berglund. 1 for 2 today, an RBI single and a strikeout looking. So polar opposites today. But he will see strike 1 from Santagata. As expected, I think CJ is just going to try to ride this one out as long as he can. If he has the stamina, he is going to be in this game. And as well has the pitches, which he is running out of them quickly. Count out 1-1 as he misses off the plate.
That was pitch number 94 of the game for CJ Santagata. So really doesn't have much room to move. Runner goes, the 1-1 is low. Throw down to second. It's close. And he is out. They got him. An excellent throw from Coxon behind the plates. And that is how you pick up your pitcher. We'll watch that one back on the replay. Definitely close, but looked definitive from our angle. Just incredible to see how he got it done. And in the meantime, Berglund swings and misses. But there's your throw on the tag. Yep, he slid right into the glove, which was in front of the base. He had nowhere to go but into the tag. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we are full. The on-deck circle after Berglund, it is Matt McKee, the right fielder. A 1 for 2 on the day. Here's Santagata's payoff pitch. Berglund over towards third, picked up, and the throw to 1. It is there on the stretch from Robinson. So on paper, 2 up, 2 down after the good throw from Locker. So McKee, his 3rd attempt at the plate today. If Release doesn't score here, all of a sudden they have a lot of pressure to try and shut down the Mavericks, who are finding their 2nd wind. And for Santagata, you have to try and keep the pitch count low going forward. First pitch high for ball 1. If it's close, I'm not advocating it. Do you just keep taking and try to force him out of the game? The 1-0 misses in for ball 2. You have to think about that aspect of it. He is now at 100 pitches. 25 left to play with for potentially 2 innings. And now a 3-0 on McKee. Again, you can't warm anybody up in the bullpen unless you do it in the top of the inning. The 3-0 there for strike 1. Even if he gets back into this at bat, as that was pitch 102 and here comes 103, still high up there. But there is ball 4 to McKee. How close will he get to 125? But Coach English is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Again, Casey Robinson in the win over Lakewood in the regional semis. A number around 115. Took all but 10 of his possible pitches. So would it be surprised to see the same head coach who kept him in for that keeping his guy here? No. In fact, be probably more believable that he did. But a big spot right now. It's tough to always keep a close eye on the pitch count. It's never what you want to do in a tournament, but those are the ground rules. They're in place for a reason. But I do believe if you threw 120 one day, I'm not advocating for it either, but you could technically go out and throw again the next day. It's just 125 in a day. That's the limit. So here comes Leo D'Angelo. A double and a pop-out so far for him today. Santagata's first pitch hits the top of the zone for strike 1. For Release, it'll be interesting to see if they decide to keep Collins on the mound or not. But right now their focus is getting rid of this offense. And D'Angelo quickly down 0-2. Santagata looking to close out the inning. And he nearly hits him. Has to be careful attacking inside. Pitch number 106. So here is 107. And 107 is strike 3. Either way, Coxon would have had him at seconds. It won't count on the stat sheet, but an impeccable throw down to second. Pick your poison. The inning's done. But CJ Santagata up to 8 strikeouts on the day. Hasn't had one in a little while. And now in the field, they do confirm that he was out at second base. He basically said it wouldn't have mattered. But CJ Santagata has pitched a great game so far. His offense, though, has some work to do. 4-3 Release on top through 5.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Jack Collins stays on the mound for release in the top of the 6th inning. The Mavericks making some good progress in the 5th, making it a 4-3 ball game as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. First pitch of the inning, grounded over towards third. The tag, it is going to be applied for out number 1, and they nearly just completely imploded together. That'd have been one heavy collision. Both parties doing a good job not to cause anything crazy. Saravac does the job, but kind of a hospital ball being thrown over by Higgins. Considering that Poppy Shock on the roster as Mid-Park's quarterback, I think the Mid-Park receivers are safe for now. But his first baseman, maybe not so much. And there is ball one out wide to Santagata. Nearing 110 pitches on the day, I believe at 107. He has been outstanding. The 1-0 backs him out. But with that out being recorded, it is official. 6 innings, 6 times the leadoff man was retired. They have not gotten their leadoff man on today at all. They're rallying. It's just most times too late in the inning. If they can get it done earlier on, this team can definitely pose a threat down the stretch. Here's the 2-1. Santagata over towards third and down the line. It is going to be fair. He will take the turn. He is going to second, and he is going to be in there. It is a 1-out double for C.J. Santagata, helping his cause with some good pitching, and now helping his cause with some offense. A perfectly placed ball down the left side, too, might I add. He is the tying run, and he is in scoring position. And excellent speed, too. Just determined to get around to second base and does just that. Now setting up Keenan Ryans. Collins' first pitch breaks to the top of the zone for strike 1. As of right now, no action in the bullpen for release. I do believe Collins is going to be their last guy they throw in this game. The 0-1, ground ball hit over towards second. Nobody is there to cover. I was going to point it out on the next pitch, but release opted to play the shift with Harrison standing in right center field. That's the reason this is an infield single. At normal depth, it would have been an easy ground out. In that case, they play themselves out of an out and potentially out of the lead. So runners at the corners now for Vogelpool at the top of the order. This is a huge spot for the Mavericks. But that's one of those, I get why you put the shift on, but that deep, no, you can't in that spot, especially after that happened. I don't think that happens again this tournament or this season. The 1-0, swing and a miss. But just as these guys are settling in, so is this coaching staff. People forget that. You can't just pick up a clipboard or pick up a baseball and say, I'm the head coach now. It takes time to practice. We saw it last year with the Stark County Terriers collegiate coach Reese Sabo. His first lineup card, he didn't even have a pitcher on it. And then he turned around to lead Stark County to their 4th consecutive NABF title. It takes a minute, but Vince Dolchamaccio, he has the baseball know-how to be an excellent coach, and he is well on his way. The 1-1, taken for strike 2. The key right now is putting the ball in play, but avoiding a double play. On a pass ball, I think you have to risk it. I think Santagata knows it too, especially considering he is the one keeping his team in the game on the mound with his pitching. Runner goes, Collins is 1-2, taken for a ball. And now the go-ahead run stands in scoring position. Nice stolen base for Keenan Ryans. Base hit potentially scores 2 for the Mavericks. What a time for them in the semifinals. Infield is now in for release. Long pause. 2-2. A shot. It's over Harrison into right field. What a shot from Vogelpool. 1 run will score. And now the go-ahead run scores 2. It is a go-ahead 2 RBI double. It is now 5-4 Mavericks. What a swing from Caden Vogelpool. Started the day with a strikeout. Fielder's choice. Stolen base. 2 RBI double to follow. It's never about how you start. It's about how you finish. Haven't gotten their leadoff man on today, but it doesn't matter. Up 1 now in the top of the 6th. This game has flipped on its head, and now time is called. So Max Anzel's a tough act to follow, but definitely he is okay with that. Release. They will have some work to do offensively in the 6th. But for the Mavericks, this is where they can try to extend their lead. Down early. 4 runs in the last 2 innings to flip the script against Release. In a tournament they have dominated over the past 2 or 3 years. And probably even before that. Count 0-2 on Anzel's with Danny Locker in the on-deck circle. Even if the line ends here for this team, still what an excellent comeback. And again, time called by Anzel's in the box. As well, it is worth noting the time limit does come into effect at 5:21. So if you can draw at this inning, you're sitting pretty. And the 0-2 will bounce in for ball 1. So depending on how close you are to getting out of here with the win through 6, it could really show their game plan to try and get themselves to the time limit. The 1-2 poked foul. Once again, even if they don't score, they need this inning to go a few more minutes. It's crazy, but if you can go another 7, get to 5:10, with pitching and time being called, you could potentially force the 5:21 time limit. It wouldn't be easy, but it's possible. Collins is 1-2. A good shot from Anzel's into right center field, and McKee is going to run in and make the grab. Excellent hustle to get there for a pivotal second out. But that ball was shot out of a cannon by Anzel's. So 2 down now as Danny Locker will step in. A sacrifice RBI his last time up. But for those just tuning in, Caden Vogelpool, a 2 RBI double, gives the Mavericks their first lead of the semifinals. And that ball will nearly come in and clip Locker. Once again, he has won a state title in his career. He knows what it takes to win. As well, you can hear in the background the Lakewood marching band off on the football field. The 1-0 from Collins connects. Kind of 1-1. And the on-deck circle after it turns to Clayfin. had a really good battle earlier on today. If you can get to him, that could help you extend this inning. Collins sets and delivers the 1-1. Sharp grounder up the middle and through into center field, and they will send around the lead runner, who is safe. He runs right through the tag. And that'll make it 6-4. Vogelpool able to score from second, and it is a big RBI for Danny Locker. I just said a moment ago, he has won a state title. He knows what it takes to win. And that is no exception. On paper, that'll go down as an RBI single as the throw went home opposed to second. But Vogelpool able to hustle around and realistically should have gotten down and slid. But we're not splitting hairs here because, well, they got the job done. And now here comes Clayfin, the right fielder. And he will swing and miss a hefty cut for 0-1. For those keeping track of the time, 15 minutes away from the limit. So a lot of pressure on Release to do it in the bottom of the 6th inning. If not, get out of it quick and go to the 7th. The 0-1 high and out. As I said, if you get to 5-10, you're feeling okay because you can pull out every trick in the book then to try and get close to it. Is that even on their minds? Maybe not. Just depends on if they do remember the time. I think there is a coach, though, checking it. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Of course, you don't want them to take a knee, so to speak. But would you blame them for slowing down the game quite a bit if they're going to lead through 6? No. You don't want to give this Release team any possible way back in. And now time is called by Clayfin before the 1-2. It helps them reset, and it helps the time continue to tick. Now 1-2 on Clayfin. Collins will deliver. And Clayfin gets well underneath it. A fly ball over towards McKee in right. And he is going to track it down and make the grab, ending the top of the 6th inning. Another nice grab from him as he makes the final 2 putouts of the frame. But how about the Mavericks? Plating 3 in the top of the 6th. To the bottom of the frame we go. For the first time today, the 3 seed has the lead up 6-4 on Release.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
How about the Ohio Mavericks? Out of nowhere, a 3-spot in the top of the 6th inning to take a 6-4 lead into the bottom of the frame. As well, we have 11 minutes until we reach the time limit. A lot of pressure on both sides right now to step up and put their best foot forward. And with that in mind, there is a call to the bullpen to address. Caden Vogelpool pitching in place of Santagata this inning. Ended up pitching 4 innings this past year across 2 appearances for Midview. Had a perfect ERA while batting .386 for the Middies. And right now is the point of difference with the go-ahead 2 RBI double. And with that in mind, I believe Santagata has moved to center. The 2-0, it's there for strike 1. But for release, they are going to bring up Cole Twardokis, Mason Saravac, and Luke Higgins, 7 through 9 this inning. 3 capable guys as Twardokis will put this one down in center field for a leadoff single. For release, that's how you get it started. A quick base knock as Twardokis is now 2 for 3 on the day. Now the tying run will step in Mason Saravac. A really big spot for him here. Of course, a double play ball could be in effect, but for the Mavericks, they just want to make sure they don't allow 2 runs, but also try to get very close to that time limit. But of course, if it looks like they're going to give up a run, you have to be careful because then release could play the stalling game. It could easily go full circle just depending on how both teams play it. Saravac, fly ball, a high skyer into left center, and it is going to be caught. A dangerous play over at short for out number 1. Not the first time he has had a range out there to make a play like that, and maybe not the last. That is, again, Max Anzel's. So Mac Anzel's able to get the first out, and that'll bring us over to Luke Higgins, who has struck out twice today. But you go from here. The pressure's still on release, but their offense is starting to figure it out. Higgins, chopper over towards short. Anzel gets the out at 2. No, he doesn't. It's dropped. It'll be an error on the second baseman via that drop. And just like that, the tying run stands at first, and the go-ahead run, the leadoff man, Trey Powers, will step back in. Perfect today. 2 walks, stolen base, and a single. If there was ever a time for him to step up, not being the leadoff man in the order, it is now. With a championship bid on the line in opening weekend. I feel like that's what adds weight, especially to a tournament like this. It's opening weekend. You want to go out here and start your season on the right foot. The 0-1 high. Of course, for the Mavericks, you really can't say if this, then that, but if CVCA is out, you have Connor McGow. Pitcher, excellent shortstop, all-time leader, and a lot of stats over at CVCA. Just to list a few of the things he leads. Runs leader, single season hits, single season runs, and has 100 hits in his career. You have him, that's an extra arm as well. The 2-1 fouled away. Count now even. And on the opposite end of that coin, if they would have beaten Hoban, or rather Hoban would have beaten them, Release doesn't have their starting pitcher today. So everything flips with one game. The ramifications, they do bleed over into summer ball. The 2-2 runs inside, but makes no contact. It's a live ball. And now the tying run is in scoring position at second, and a full count on Trey Powers. So this is where the time limit really becomes a scary concept. It's 5:15. You have 6 minutes until we get there. Here's the payoff pitch. Powers flies it foul. So once again, we will see the payoff pitch at 3-2. Once again, up next in around a half an hour after this game goes final, we will have Ohio Elite taking on the Midwest Stars. Once more, the payoff pitch. It is high for ball 4. Powers will walk for the third time today, and the bases are loaded for Braden Harrison. Time is going to be called here by Coach English as he wants to go and have a word with his pitcher. This is going to be his one and only opportunity to do so. I do believe, though, the catcher has 2 more reserved for him. So if needed, they can go out and have a word that way. But this is the only time the head skipper is going to have this opportunity. And if they score, you need to get out of the inning. Now, if we're tied, we're going to go and play the 7th anyway. And as we saw yesterday, the 7th inning would be an extra inning format opposed to a basic 7th inning, meaning a runner will begin at second from the 7th forward until an inning ends with an overall winner. The clock ticking. Release knows if they don't score, this could be their last chance. But Braden Harrison, a single potentially away from tying the game up at 6. And this could be it. A good fly ball into left center field. And it is going to be caught in left for out number 2. They will relay home. And there is no attempt to come home. The runners will stay put. Now 2 away for Campeche. For Release, this one is looking to work out perfectly. In the event that they don't do it here, the time, it appears, will allow them to go out there and have one more crack at it. But, of course, you want to do it here, and if you do, you might be able to get the time limit done and dusted. But I think right now the time is just really irrelevant. It is to an extent. We're 4 minutes away, but time really doesn't matter right now. The 1-0 high, and that'll make it 2-0. So a 2-0 count here on Campeche. Walked his last time up. And he will take strike 1 on the inner edge. All the chips are being pushed into the center of the table in the bottom of the 6th. Once again, 5:17. The 2-1, Pesh, a shot into left field, and down in the gap. Release is going to tie up the ball game at 6. What a swing for Campeche, and he will take second for his efforts. This game is far from over. How about it for Campeche? The drive of the summer so far. And it'll go down, I believe, as the second 2 RBI double of the inning combined. And now for Release. If you extend this 3 more minutes and you score 1 more time, you win. And there is ball 1 high. But CJ Santagata, he pitched with everything he had today. Just didn't have any more pitches available. If he did, this could be a different story. The 1-0 in for ball 2. Now 5:18. And with that said, 5:19 is here. Here's the 2-0. Flown foul. But what a weird spot with the time. If the meeting went just a minute shorter, you're in a really, really bad spot right now if you're the Mavericks. Still not great. But here comes the 2-1. It skips in. And because of the umpire, it is going to stay right there, bounced off of his arm. Count now 3-1. A minute and a half until midnight, so to speak. It is so weird watching the clock during baseball, but it adds a different element to the game. And there's ball 4 for Bobby Berglund. So, for all intents and purposes, it comes down to this. Matt McKee wins it here, or we are going to go to extras for the 3rd time in 2 days. It is 5:20. Just depends on the official time at the end of the inning. McKee fouls it off. Now my question is, does it go from the time of the last recorded out or when they would start the next inning? So last recorded out matters. We're 40 seconds away. And this is where I forget I'm the official timekeeper too. So I really need to be paying attention to the watch here. 0-1 the count on McKee. The pitch runs inside and misses. Count now even. Caden Vogelpool trying to extend this game for the Mavericks. 15 seconds away. And the countdown is really on. The 1-1. It's there for strike two. 3, 2, 1. It is 5:21. If we play on, it is extras. So here we go. 1-2 the count on McKee as time is called. So if he drives in a run here, it would be a walk-off winner. How about it for the first semifinal of the day? For a chance to play for some hardware. The 1-2, McKee fouls it off. So we will do it again. So far today, Matt McKee, an RBI single, a strikeout, and a walk. Count remains 1-2. The pitch. High and in. Count out 2-2. If this is it for the game, make sure you stick with us for our player of the game announcement after our final commercial break. Vogelpool's 2-2 is fouled off. Matt McKee's battle has taken nearly 3 minutes by itself. It is now 5:22. He stepped in at, I believe, 5:18, so around 4 minutes. It's been a long one, but a 2-2 count. Vogelpool back to work. McKee down the line. It's through. And Release is going to walk it off. Matt McKee delivers for Release. And they will play in the championship game later on today. What a swing for McKee. There is the time limit. And I believe both runs will count. 8-6 your final. Matt McKee, the walk-off winner. That is how you advance to the championship game in your first weekend of play. What a swing from McKee. 2-run score. It is the second 2 RBI double. And the only reason why both runs score, it's a time limit thing opposed to a simple, it's the 7th inning, the last inning of play, it cuts. It's a weird nuance, but 8-6 your final. We'll step aside and announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center in CrossFit Strongsville when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Lakewood High School. 8-6 your final. What a win for Release. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. To no surprise because he is the walk-off winner, but also had 1 RBI earlier. It is Matt McKee, and he is the reason Release will go on and play for a championship later on today. But who will they play? Stay tuned and find out. It'll be the winner of the number 1 seed OEB and the number 4 seed Midwest Stars. But for Nathan Smee, I am signing off here from Lakewood for now. Time to hop on over to game link number 2 as you are watching the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.